For a lucky few, their face is their fortune. However, a host of technology companies are now hoping to make a fortune from anybody's face. Technology which can detect or even recognise a human face can be found in a variety of different environments and products. Some smartphones and computers can use face recognition rather than passwords to unlock a device. But who exactly has access to or uses facial recognition data after it's been captured is a cause for concern for a number of different privacy groups. Google's wearable computing device, Glass, is fitted with a voice or touch activated camera which can record anything its wearer is looking at and upload those images to the internet. Google recently stated, "Google has said for several years that we won't add facial recognition to our products without having strong privacy protection in place. With that in mind, we won't be approving any facial recognition glassware at this time." This statement was made after 8 US politicians representing the Congressional Privacy Caucus sent Google a detailed letter outlining its worries. But it's not just Google Glass that worries people. In many countries, including the UK, there's been an explosion in the number of CCTV cameras. Some think it's a surveillance culture which has already gone too far.
We've already seen border controls try and use some element of facial recognition, but the important thing is to give people the choice. Facial recognition is processing of personal information because your likeness, your image, is personal information. So the Data Protection Act makes very clear, if you want to process that information, you need to have the consent of the individual concerned, and if you do not have that consent, then you are potentially breaking the law.
It's not just environments that are security conscious that have an interest in the human face. Soon, retail stores could find themselves as fascinated in their customers' faces as they are by the contents of their wallets. This is a facial detection system from British outfit Amscreen. Its makers hope to avoid privacy issues as it doesn't record any data about the individuals it's looking at. Fitted here in a petrol station, a camera inside this advertising display looks for and detects the sex and age of customers queuing up.
It manages to recognise them through a number of traits. Now these traits can be things that characterise a male or a female or a person of a certain age. So for instance, if you're a male, it'll pick up the kind of cheekbone structure and then tell the advertiser and us how many people and what type of people are seeing the advert at any given time, at any given place.
The idea is to take this data and create advertising targeted more keenly at specific demographics. At the moment, this equipment is used purely for analytic purposes, but in the not too distant future, it could be used to change or deliver advertising specific to different sorts of people, depending on how long they have to hang around in a particular spot.
Our forecourt network is really fast moving. Best example would be the healthcare network. We have a dwell time there, unfortunately, of over 20 minutes where people are sitting in waiting rooms. We are able now to serve adverts depending on who's looking at the screen, whether it's male or female, and serve relevant adverts to them. Next is serving adverts in real time to people as they're standing in a queue, recognising via face detection. Also, for advertisers, we will enable them to go online to our online portal to change adverts and change them in real time. What we're trying to do is replicate what's happening online in an offline world.
So, advertising that could change depending on who's standing in front of it. But this face detection rather than recognition approach is still worrying for some.
Well, this is yet another example of how much money is involved in advertising and the lengths that people will go to collect more information. So actually, are we willing to accept our everyday movements being monitored and analysed, not to keep us safe, but purely to allow advertisers to target us? And I think people will start to say, no, our privacy is worth more than a few advertising dollars.
Whether it's software that recognises us individually or kit that simply detects our presence, it's going to become increasingly difficult to avoid technology designed for watching us.